Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I always sound like this. Welcome back to my channel. But welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm Ifi Chris, that Niger girl, and this my YouTube channel is mostly about studying and life in Germany and how you can get an affordable education almost free. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and you can go and watch all my videos about studying in Germany. So first of all, I know it's been long you have seen this face and it's nice seeing this face. Yes, I know it's nice to see this face. And today we'll be talking about the top 17 study program with the highest paying starting salary. Because most times you have to also put in consideration when you're coming to study in a foreign country, which studies is actually best to go for, so that afterwards you can be able to get a job and then be able to work in the country and make a reasonable amount of money to be able to sustain you and other plans you might have. So today, as I said, what we'll be talking about, the salaries I'll be talking about, or the salaries I'll be mentioning, it will be brutto in German, but that is the gross payment in English. That is the payment you get before tax is being removed. Now, as I've mentioned before in one of my videos, how taxes are made depends on if you're married, if you're single, if you have kids, and that's mostly it. And then it will depend on the percentage of tax they have to cut from your salary. So for today, and this starting salary is actually for people that have, let's say, from less than 2 years working experience and above. So this is like a starting salary for anybody that studied in one of these areas. So on the number 17 list, I'm going to start from below so that you can be really happy to get to the top and see which ones are the topmost courses to do. So on the 17th position, we have history and cultural studies of sciences. So when you do this kind of courses, in German is known as Gesicht und Kulturwissenschaft. And the average starting salary, now there's a possibility you see jobs where you have to get, or where you are paid below this, but this is the average in Germany. And at the end of this video, I will also explain what can affect this payment as well. So as I said, for the history and cultural studies of sciences, they have 34,764 euros. That is annually, not monthly. That is annually. So that is the amount that is the average salary, or the average starting salary for this for jobs in this branch. Now on the 16th position, we have the humanities, which is the arts, and here the starting salary is about 35,151 euros, and in German is known as Geistwissenschaft. On the 15th position, we have the education and educational sciences, which is known as the Erziehungswissenschaft, and the starting salary is 35,917. Now before I go further, this information or data was actually gotten from Finance Flutes, and it's based on the January 2019 from Stepstone, which is a known website for job seekers as well, for recent graduates. So coming again, we go to the 14th, which is architecture, and in German is Architektur, and the starting salary for this course is 36,009 euros. Now we have next the designs on the 13th position, and they have a starting salary of 36,252 euros per year. Remember, it's per year. And furthermore, we have social sciences, and this is known as Sozialwissenschaft of Dutch in German, and they have a starting salary of 39,599. On the 11th position, we have something they call Lehramt, which is teaching professions, and the starting salary of 41,253 euros. Going further to the 10th, 10th position, we have the Geowissenschaft, which is known as the Earth Sciences, Geosciences, and they have a starting salary of 41,452 euros. And furthermore, on the 9th position, we have Psychology, which is Psychology, and they have a starting salary of 42,823 euros. On the 8th position, we have the Wirtschaftswissenschaft, which is economics actually, and they have a starting salary of 43,033 euros. Furthermore, we have the Wirtschaft Informatics on the 7th position, which is actually the information system or business informatics, and they have a starting salary of 45,566 euros per year. Furthermore, we go to the 6th position, which is made up of mathematics and informatics, which in English is kind of mathematics and informatics and computer science, and it has a starting salary of 46,191,000 euros. 46,191 euros. What the hell did I just say? Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to be fast so that this video doesn't really take so long. And then furthermore, we have on the 5th position, we have the Rechtswissenschaft, which is mostly law, and they have a starting salary of 46,524 euros. Furthermore, on the 4th position, we have the Ingenieurwissenschaft, which is engineering sciences, and they have a starting salary of 47,481 euros. Coming to the 3rd position, we have the Wirtschaftsingenieurwesen, which is known as industrial engineering, and we have a starting salary of 48,698 euros. And on the 2nd position, we have Naturalwissenschaft, which we know as natural sciences, and we have a starting salary of 48,000. As if I'm among those paying, they have a starting salary of 48,812 euros per year. Yeah, so, and on the number 1 list, which I know most people is not a surprise, because I think in every country it's quite like that. So number 1 position, we have medicine or medicine in German, and dentist, which is Zahnmedizin as well in German, and they have a starting salary of 52,668 euros. Now, from all this information being dropped, you have to know that there are also factors that have to be considered. Number 1 factor being what study course did you actually do in those areas, in those branches of studies. What did you actually do there? What course did you do there? Then it will depend on how much they still pay you. Then the 2nd factor being the state where you are going to work. Now, they are different, like each state has their paying scale, and depends on, we say if you're in a big city, there's a high, or you're in a big city, there's a high percentage that you might be earning more, or yeah, it just depends. Then the 3rd factor is how big the company is. So if it's a small company, there's a high tendency of getting a lower salary, and if it's a very big company, there's a high percentage of getting a higher salary. Then finally, depends on if you have a bachelor's or a master's. Now, there are some courses that require a master's degree for you to be able to get a good job that pays you well, but there are some courses that with just bachelor's you can actually move forward, that you don't need to do masters. And when people have masters, there is a 14% higher salary, like they earn more than those that did their bachelor's. So there's something I forgot to add, and I just decided to add it. So the German language is really important. Now, there are some courses where you might not need German. If you get to work in an international environment, then English is quite fine, but it's always good to have the German language, and you can always do this even while you're studying. You start learning German so that your opportunities is there, like your opportunities are not limited because of your language inefficiency. So that's what I wanted to say. Now I'm off finally. We have really come to the end of this talk about the top 17 study program with the highest paying starting salary. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section below. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for, but come on the right, subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe on the link down here. Yeah, just subscribe and like share this information to everybody so that they'll get to know about it. So I hope I've been able to help some people today, and see you some other time.